There has been a leadership change at Leslie's Incorporated, a major player in the U.S. pool and spa industry. They have announced the appointment of Jason McDonnell as its new CEO, effective September 9th, 2024. This leadership change is seen as part of the company's strategic move to navigate an evolving market and maintain its strong position in the pool care industry. The Grit Game, a leading manufacturer's representative firm in the swimming pool industry, announced a significant merger with Sense Sales, an agency with over 44 years of experience in multi-line selling within the pool and spa industry. This merger brings together Sense Sales' deep industry knowledge and the Grit Game's innovative, forward-thinking approach, creating a powerhouse that enhances their ability to serve manufacturers and retailers in the pool and backyard leisure industries. This strategic partnership is set to strengthen both companies' market reach and service capabilities, combining decades of expertise to support clients more effectively and navigate the evolving demands of the pool industry.
Hey everybody, it's Rudy Stankiewicz, and it's Friday. Welcome to the Talking Pools podcast. I am so glad that you guys could join with me today. I want to talk about a couple of things. One of them's a little bit serious. I want to talk about concrete cancer. It's something that's affecting a lot of pool builders across the nation. It's affecting a lot of service personnel across the nation. No, I didn't make it up. If you haven't heard of it, that's a good thing. It means it's probably not affecting you, or it's probably not a significant problem in your geographic location. But that doesn't mean you don't need to be aware of it, because it could become a problem in any area at any time. I also wanted to talk about the benefits of adding a blog to your website if you don't already have one. And if you do already have one, I want to chat with you about the frequency in which you post and what exactly it is that you are posting, why it's important, and how you can use that blog to, one, set you apart from your competition, but number two, become known as the expert in your area if you already don't hold that title. And if you do, it can help solidify it and help keep that going, because you know you got to feed the beast, right? First off, what do I know about plaster? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. But because I don't plaster pools, that doesn't mean that I don't know that chemistry plays a huge role in how concrete cures. And that's what I wanted to speak with you about. And that, my friends, has a big part in this problem. Concrete cancer, also known as concrete spalling or Alkali-Silica Reactivity, ASR. You're going to hear me refer to it as ASR a lot in this conversation.
Apologies for this interruption, but we have some breaking news.
A perfect storm hits the U.S. salt market, and it's not pretty. In a turn of global events that sounds like something out of a disaster movie, the U.S. salt import market is being slammed by two major crises: the Red Sea shipping fiasco and an unprecedented drought choking the Panama Canal. And folks, it's not just any salt we're talking about, it's pool salt. Yes, even your backyard oasis is feeling the heat. First, let's dive into the Red Sea shipping crisis, which has turned into a logistical nightmare. The Red Sea, a vital artery connecting the Indian Ocean to the Mediterranean via the Suez Canal, has become a danger zone thanks to political instability. Ships carrying crucial cargo, including salt, are being delayed, rerouted, or worse, avoiding the region altogether. It's like trying to navigate a pool full of floaties, but instead of kids, it's global conflicts blocking the way. What's this doing to the salt supply? Well, imagine your salt delivery taking the scenic route. Shipments that should glide smoothly through the Suez are now taking detours, jacking up shipping times and costs. Fewer ships are even willing to brave the waters, leaving salt importers high and dry, literally. And let's not forget the spike in insurance costs, because nothing says smooth sailing like political unrest, right? If that's not bad enough, the Panama Canal drought is throwing yet another wrench into the system. The canal, normally a bustling waterway for ships bouncing between the Atlantic and Pacific, is suffering from shockingly low water levels. Picture a traffic jam of colossal proportions, but instead of honking horns, you've got ships backed up for weeks, waiting to squeeze through the canal like it's the world's most exclusive VIP lane. And those ships carrying salt? Well, they're stuck in line too, with many only able to carry smaller loads due to restrictions. Fewer ships, less salt, and, of course, higher prices. So, what's the result of these two maritime meltdowns? Salt shortages and skyrocketing costs. Importers can't get enough salt to meet demand, and pool professionals are left scrambling, their customers growing saltier by the day. What was once a cheap, plentiful product has become a rare commodity. Pool salt now costs as much as your favorite fancy sea salt, minus the gourmet meal. But hey, maybe we should all start sprinkling pool salt on our dinners to justify the price hike. In the end, these global crises are creating chaos for the U.S. salt market. Pool professionals, brace yourselves. It's going to be a bumpy and expensive ride.
Has losing a pool ever made you smile? And I don't mean it in a bad way, like they were bad customers and you hated that pool and that pool was so annoying or anything like that. What just happened to me right now, I just lost a client. But it made me smile because it was an older lady. She could barely like afford it, and I gave her a little bit of a price, a good price, because she's an old lady, lives by herself. And my heart tugged at me, and I've been doing her pool for a long time, and I only charge her $130 a month for once a week, so I'm like, the pool's always clean. It's nobody ever uses it. It's just one of those easy pools. But anyways, the reason that I lost that pool and it made me smile was because she's an older lady, and she said, my grandson just started cleaning pools. 18-year-old kid, got into the pool industry and started cleaning pools, just barely started cleaning pools. And he told his grandma, I'm gonna clean your pool for free. No need to hire anybody or have anybody no more. And she felt so bad to let me go. She's like, but my grandson's gonna do it for free. I was like, hey, that's good. They're taking care of you. I love to see the young generation step up and take care of their family like that, their grandparents like that. It's a beautiful thing. So I feel good, man. I feel good about that one. Good job to that kid. But yeah, man, little story.
Tip of the day is brought to you by Coachella Valley Pools of Instagram.
As a pool owner, servicer, or property manager, I'm sure you've experienced the frustration in dealing with a faulty pool heater. Pool water can be extremely harsh on traditional heat exchangers, shortening the lifespan and costing frequent repairs. That's why Raypak created an exclusive solution, NITEC, with 900% more nickel compared to cupronickel in critical surfaces to protect against scale formation and erosion. If you're looking for longevity, efficiency, and strength in your product, head over to raypak.com/NITEC. Again, raypak.com/NITEC. Concrete cancer is a significant structural issue in pools. It refers to the deterioration of the concrete due to corrosion of the rebar. That's the steel reinforcement in the concrete in the pool. Over time, water, chlorides, and chemicals commonly found in swimming pool care can penetrate the concrete, and it gets to the rebar and start to corrode. They rust. And as they rust, they expand. As it expands, it exerts pressure, and this pressure causes the walls to crack, spall, and weaken. ASR is another form of concrete deterioration. Understanding the mechanisms of concrete cancer are extremely important for pool builders and for pool service people, because these forms of concrete degradation can severely compromise the integrity of the swimming pools, resulting in extremely costly repairs. Let's face it, concrete is porous. Water will seep through. And again, the root cause of concrete cancer is the rusting of the rebar. This process is extremely common in swimming pools because of the constant contact with water and then the chemicals that we use to maintain water chemistry. On the other hand, ASR occurs when the alkali hydroxide in the mix reacts with the silica in the aggregate. This reaction between the two forms a gel, and this gel swells. And as it swells, the same as the rebar rusting, it exerts pressure, which causes cracking and spalling. ASR can occur over a long period of time, but in something that's constantly wet like a swimming pool, it's exacerbated. Poor construction practices can also accelerate the onset of concrete cancer or ASR. Inadequate concrete over the rebar, poor quality concrete, and insufficient waterproofing can all contribute to this ingress. And that is the primary catalyst for both types of damage. In saltwater pools, the problem is even more severe because it can speed up the corrosion process and it actually promotes ASR. Concrete cancer, especially that caused by ASR, has been making headlines in certain geographic areas, especially Central Texas. Here, the pool builders are facing significant challenges because of this. The surge in pool construction between 2017 and 2023, coupled with the change in supply chain for concrete during the COVID period, that's led to a spike in ASR-related failures. Many pools built during that time frame are showing significant damage due to ASR, and it's leaving a lot of homeowners in a bad spot, and a lot of pool builders are facing significant lawsuits. A primary issue in Central Texas is the use of reactive aggregates that are sourced locally, particularly from the Colorado River. That combined with the shortage of fly ash, which is typically added to concrete to prevent ASR. The absence of fly ash in the mix has definitely contributed to this ASR problem. Builders and pool companies are now grappling with the financial burden and reputational fallout as many homeowners are seeking legal action over faulty pools that need to be demolished and rebuilt. The situation is particularly devastating in areas like Austin, where a lot of pool companies have already gone into bankruptcy because of this. Builders who were previously unaware of ASR are now scrambling to mitigate any damage that could possibly occur. Unfortunately, the only effective solution for ASR in many cases is demolition of the pool and a complete rebuild, which has homeowners in a tizzy and is really financially kicking builders' asses. Overall, Central Texas has become a focal point for ASR-related damage, but that doesn't mean that everybody else is off the hook. There are a lot of other regions that have similar construction practices and aggregate sources. They are likely to face this problem in the future. Proper material selection, quality control, and awareness of local aggregate reactivity is key in preventing further cases of concrete cancer. Preventing concrete cancer begins with taking proper precautions during pool construction. Pool builders need to use high-quality materials and make sure that they have high-quality construction practices to reduce the likelihood of these issues occurring. One of the most effective ways in preventing concrete cancer is to use low alkali cement in the concrete mix. By lowering the alkali content, the risk of ASR is significantly reduced. In addition, selecting non-reactive aggregate for the concrete mix can help lessen the odds of ASR occurring. Aggregates should be tested for reactivity, and only those with minimal reactive silica should be used in swimming pool construction. Incorporating supplementary cementitious materials, SCMs, in the concrete mix is another effective way to mitigate ASR. SCMs such as fly ash, slag, silica fume, those materials reduce the overall alkalinity of the concrete, which prevents alkali-silica reaction from occurring. Those materials enhance the strength and durability of the concrete, giving somebody a pool that's more resistant to water penetration and chemical exposure. Concrete mix design is essential for creating a durable and impermeable structure. A well-designed mix should be dense with low water-to-cement ratios to minimize the porosity of the concrete. Reducing porosity reduces likelihood of water penetrating the concrete and making its way to the rebar. Pool builders should ensure that the concrete is allowed to cure correctly, that it's cared for correctly, in the appropriate amount of time and under the right conditions in order to achieve the best results. Waterproofing measures are essential in swimming pool construction in order to prevent the water from reaching the steel reinforcement in the walls. Waterproof sealants or coatings can be applied to the walls and floor to help protect it from water ingress. These coatings provide an additional barrier, extending the life of the pool by preventing the alkali-silica reaction. When concrete cancer or ASR is already occurring, it's important to address the issue promptly. Get on it right away. This will help you to prevent further deterioration. The extent of the damage is what's going to determine the appropriate remediation procedure. The first step in remediation, again, is assessing the damage. Pool service technicians should thoroughly inspect the concrete for signs of concrete cancer. Look for cracks, spalling, rust stains, or a white gel-like substance. That's a dead giveaway that ASR is occurring. Once the extent of the damage is understood, then we can come up with a plan on how to fix it. For localized damage caused by concrete cancer, the solution is just to remove the section and replace it. This involves cutting out the section of damaged concrete, cleaning the area, and then applying a suitable mortar or concrete patch. This new concrete should be made with non-reactive aggregate and low alkali cement to prevent this from reoccurring. Otherwise, we're going to be in the same boat. In cases where the cracking has occurred due to ASR, crack injection can be used to fill and seal those cracks. Epoxy or polyurethane injections are typically used for this purpose because they can restore structural integrity of the concrete and prevent further water damage. Surface treatments can also be used to prevent ASR. Silane or siloxane-based sealers are often used to reduce water absorption in concrete. These treatments penetrate the concrete and form an additional barrier. In addition to crack repairs and surface treatments, a protective coating can be applied to the entire swimming pool to prevent further damage. Epoxy or polyurethane coatings are really popular and do a fantastic job at creating a waterproof barrier that protects the concrete from water or pool chemicals that are being used. For extensive damage, you're probably going to need to consult with either a structural engineer or a concrete expert. These folks can provide extremely detailed recommendations on what is necessary to be done to ensure that that pool remains safe and stable. Sometimes major structural repairs are necessary. After remediation, it's important to come up with a long-term maintenance plan so that way we can ensure that the pool remains in good condition and any future episodes are caught early. Regular inspections should be carried out looking for cracks, spalling, rust spots, because those things could be the beginnings of concrete cancer or ASR. We have to also consider proper water chemistry because it is essential in the proper maintenance of a concrete pool. High chloride levels, improper pH, or just overuse of certain chemicals can accelerate the deterioration of concrete, particularly if substandard materials had been used or if there hadn't been proper waterproofing. Pool service technicians need to be on top of LSI, the Langolier Saturation Index. You actually should do it. Those of you that do not, especially in these cases. In some cases, providing new sealants or coatings might be necessary to prevent water ingress. Regular application of surface treatments can help prolong the life of the pool by preventing concrete cancer and ASR from occurring in the first place. Let's face it, concrete pools are susceptible to concrete cancer and ASR if they're not properly constructed and maintained. Concrete cancer and alkali-silica reactivity are serious concerns because of the significant structural damage they can cause. By understanding what causes these issues, we can help to prevent them. Pool builders will be able to minimize the risk of concrete deterioration. Similarly, pool service technicians also play a vital role. They're out there every week. Inspect the pool. Don't just brush it blindly, vacuum and leave. Take a look at the condition of the concrete. It'll tell you a lot about what's going on and can help us to address these issues promptly. Remember, we want non-reactive silica aggregate and low alkali cement. That's the key in preventing this. Sorry to be a downer with the concrete cancer thing, but it is a big concern. It is a big problem, and we don't want it to spread any further than it already has. A lot of people have lost their companies because of this. On that, if you have any questions, definitely hit me up, talkingpools@gmail.com, and I'll help you out the best I can.
Pool Magazine is the hottest new publication for the pool and spa industry. featuring up-to-the-minute news on what's happening in the pool world in a fresh new stylized format with our mobile-friendly app. Pool Magazine is the app for keeping your fingers on the pulse of the pool industry. You'll find featured news, editorials, podcasts, videos, and more on the Pool Magazine app. Download on Google Play and the App Store.
Jack's Magic Products is your industry leader in identifying, removing, and preventing stains. How? With a range of high-performance, eco-friendly products, keeping pools safe, clean, and ready to use all year round. The Jack's Magic 3-step program is a quick and effective way to remove stains and scaling. First, we identify the problem, then our top-quality products will remove the discoloration. Finally, our preventative solutions will keep your pool looking like new for much longer. Get helpful tips and check out our product catalog today at jacksmagic.com.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable, and these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with a pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleanings faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
That is amazing. I could actually go out and make money doing filter cleans if they were like this. If they were Aquastar filters out there, then I could be a filter cleaner girl.
We can do that. Make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Todd? Love it. There you go. Awesome. Thank you, Jules the Pool Girl. Again, Aquastar Pool Products, pipeline filters. Super easy, right?
Super easy.
Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Creating a blog that not only attracts readers but keeps them coming back, that's an essential skill in today's digital landscape. With consumers facing an endless stream of information, standing out in a crowd is challenging, but it's not impossible. A well-constructed blog can hook readers, answer their most pressing questions, and become a powerful tool to ensure they visit your website regularly. One of the biggest questions I get asked is, well, what should I write about? Write about the questions that the customers ask. That's the best way to go about it. The questions that you typically get asked. Write it out as a blog, post it, because they're not going to be the only person to have that question. That's the information that people are going to be looking for. You can also take a look at each of the services that you offer. Instead of just listing them, list them and link it to a blog that talks all about that service. If you acid wash a pool, then link acid washing to a blog. You don't necessarily have to tell them step by step how to acid wash their pool, but what if you tell them what to expect when they hire you, how the process will go? Before you begin, you have to define who your reader is. And for you, you know your reader that you want is the local pool owner. But you should also take into consideration demographics such as age, gender, income, things along those lines. But don't stop there. We want more. We want to find out as much information about these folks as we can. I want to know what keeps them up at night. I want to know what the monster in their closet is. I want to know what creature's hiding under their beds. That's the real meat of a blog. Consider topics like improving water safety, reducing maintenance cost, or minimizing chlorine, things along those lines. Questions that your customers would ask you. That's going to help your SEO. That's going to make you easier to find in a search engine. And by all means, in this blog that you write, you're servicing a local area. If you live in New York and they're reading it in California, that's fine. But we really want more New Yorkers to read it than folks across the country. So talk about New York in the blog. Acid washing in not just New York, but what counties do you cover if you cover multiple counties? Talk about that. If I'm on Long Island in Suffolk County, I'm going to say acid washing Suffolk County something or other. It's going to be there, and then I'm going to mention Suffolk County 2 or 3 times throughout the story that I write. Capiche? By knowing what problems your customers are trying to solve, that enables you to cater that blog to that person in that specific area. Analytic tools such as Google Analytics or Facebook Insights, those can help you figure out who your customers are. Remember, your blog post wants to answer the questions that they ask you. Every time a customer asks you a question, make a note of it. And when you get back to your office, when you get a moment, write out your blog on that topic or that service that you offer. But whatever you do, tie it back to you. You could even do an in-depth FAQ page where you have the specific problem and then that links to a post about it. But make sure that every piece of content applies directly to your readers' needs and interests. That's how we keep them on board. The next thing we need to consider is how to craft a magnetic headline. Your headline is the first impression your reader is going to get. It determines whether or not they're going to read the rest of the article or just blow past it. Don't use broad headlines like how to maintain a pool. You want specifics. Something like this: the 5 most common maintenance mistakes and how to fix them. That captures attention versus how to maintain a pool. You see what I'm talking about? Numbers are always very powerful in a headline. Emotional triggers also play a role. For instance, you could use emotionally charged language. For example, the secret to crystal clear pool water, even in the hottest summer months. That can stir curiosity or excitement in your readers. Above all, your headlines should promise value. Clearly communicate with the reader what they're going to gain from your article. That is essential to grabbing their attention. Testing and tweaking your headlines, you can go back and fix it. You can go back and change it if you're not getting the results that you want. That can further enhance your impact. You can use tools like CoSchedule's Headline Analyzer. That can help provide insights into the strength of your headline that you're thinking of using by scoring factors such as emotional impact, power words, readability. Just a tool. It's also important to ensure that your blog remains relevant over time. You need to create evergreen content, material that will be useful long after you've published it. Unlike news-based articles or trends, stay away from those. We want stuff that's going to last forever. All right, for a long time anyway. Some things that we can consider along those lines is how to clean your pool filter in 5 easy steps. People will always need to clean their filters. You could go with a beginner's guide to water chemistry. Somebody will always be beginning, right? As long as new pools are going into the ground, there will be new beginners. These types of things will remain as valuable resources long after you have written. The benefit of evergreen content is it will continuously drive people to your website. That type of material remains relevant, tends to rank higher in search engines, and definitely is a cornerstone to your SEO long-term success. But in order to maximize the potential of evergreen content, you're going to have to select a broad topic that you know is going to be relevant for years to come. You can also go back and update your posts if things change. Some new development occurs, a better way of doing something. You can write it as a new blog post, or you can go back and update a previous one. There's nothing wrong with bringing something back to life. If you don't own a good camera, get one. High quality pictures, high quality photos in blog posts are huge. Yeah, we want images, but we want great images. So like I said, if you don't own a good quality camera, get one. If your phone takes great quality pictures, fantastic, but we want great quality. Infographics can significantly boost the success of your blog post. Digital content is a lot easier for people to digest than large blocks of text. For example, infographic detailing of step-by-step pool maintenance processes can visually communicate complex instructions much more effectively than with written text alone. Video content, especially tutorials, allow you to demonstrate procedures or techniques effectively. That makes your content more accessible to visual learners. High quality images and diagrams can be used to illustrate key points or demonstrate results. For instance, before and after pictures of your green to cleans. People love that. They like to see progress. And there's nothing more impactful than taking a swamp and turning it into a crystal clear oasis in someone's backyard. So if you have videos of these cleanups or anything that you do out in the field on YouTube, add them to this blog. Video content from YouTube will accelerate interest. Video content of yours from YouTube that you have on YouTube, which if you don't have videos on YouTube, also a good way to go, can help you take this to the next level. These dynamic content formats engage readers more deeply, encouraging them to return for new content. They're going to come back and check to see what you got. But if they come back and there's nothing more, why would they come back again? Search engine optimization plays a critical role in driving people to your blog. By following best practices on in-page SEO, you can ensure your content is discovered by potential customers. To begin, use targeted keywords throughout your blog posts. You can use tools like Google's Keyword Planner that can help you find terms that pool owners in your area are searching for. Once you've identified the appropriate keywords, then just include them naturally somewhere in that article you wrote. But make sure it's relevant. Come on, right? If you're writing an article about how to kill black algae or what the process is for killing black algae, you don't have to give the farm away. You don't have to give your secret sauce, but you can talk about the process. We wouldn't want to include, well, by the way, you should get a heat pump in the middle of that. It just doesn't fit. You want to look for people that are trying to kill algae. So find those related terms for that blog. Make sure that it ties in somewhere. Optimizing meta descriptions is also an important step. These brief descriptions should give the reader a compelling reason to click that link to read your blog. External and internal linking are also important SEO strategies. Linking to other posts on your blog encourages your readers to stay longer. External links to authoritative sources, that boosts your credibility. Mobile optimization is also essential. There's nothing more annoying than pulling up a website on your phone that's not formatted for a phone. Google prioritizes mobile optimized sites in their search results. That makes this a key component of your SEO ranking. Additionally, page load speed, that can make or break your engagement. Slow websites result in high bounce rates. That means visitors leave your site before they actually engage with your content. Optimizing your images, eliminating unnecessary plugins, and using a content delivery network, those are effective ways to ensure that your blog loads quickly. Tools like Google's Page Speed Insights, that'll give you a snapshot of your website's performance, but they'll also give you suggestions for improvement. Consistency is key when it comes to retaining your audience, so building a content calendar is crucial. Sporadic blog posts, that can drive people away. That can lead to reader disinterest. Make regular updates help to establish a loyal readership. To create an effective content calendar, you have to first sit down and determine how frequently you're going to publish one of these, write and publish a blog. Whether you choose to post weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly, monthly's fine as long as you're consistent. Planning your topics in advance also helps prevent the last minute scrambling for ideas. Just give it a shot. Try brainstorming topics for the next 6 months. Just have them laid out for you. Incorporating seasonal content, that is a great way to stay relevant. I mean, for example, if you publish something on winterization in the fall, dude, you're on point. You can use tools like Trello, Asana, or Google Sheets to help you organize your content, set deadlines, and to track your progress. A great blog doesn't just supply content, it encourages engagement. Engaging your readers through comments or discussions and social media, that helps to build a community around your blog. To encourage engagement, try ending your blog with a question. Ask your readers to comment. But equally as important, you have to reply to those comments to keep it active, to make it exciting, to make it engaging, because people will read those as well. It also shows that you give a shit what they think. And that's important. Valuing their input increases the likelihood that they'll come back and read something else. Social sharing buttons are another useful tool. Ask them if they like it to share it. Why not? There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe you'll gain a larger audience because of it. Make sure you hit all the big socials, right? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter. We want to make it easy for readers to share your content. To keep customers returning, you can also leverage email marketing. Encourage visitors to subscribe to your email list. Then send out newsletters with highlights about your blog posts. Email newsletters are a direct line of communication with your audience. It also helps to remind them of new posts, upcoming events, or whatever specials you have going on. Tracking and analyzing your blog's performance is crucial in figuring out what resonates with your audience. By monitoring key metrics like page views, time on page, and bounce rates, you can refine your blog and optimize it for greater success. Google Analytics is a fantastic tool for that. It'll give you detailed insight into your visitor behavior, traffic sources, demographics, things along those lines. You can use tools like Crazy Egg that will give you a heat map. It'll tell you where your customers are clicking, how far down the pages they scroll. It gives you a lot more granular insight. So building a blog that continually draws customers back to your website, it's an ongoing process and it requires constant innovation, crafting compelling headlines, understanding your audience, and optimizing SEO. Each element plays a vital role in ensuring that your blog is successful. Stay consistent with your content schedule, engage your audience, and regularly assess your blog's performance so you can keep improving. A well-executed blog can become one of your most powerful marketing tools, generating leads, building authority, and then ultimately driving your business growth. If you have any questions on that, definitely feel free to hit me up as well. talkingpools@gmail.com. I'm happy to help in any way that I can. That's all I had for you guys for today. Concrete cancer, ASR, and how to create a blog. I know. It's just the way that I roll. Until next time, be good, be safe.